they'll lynch you. But he did, and he laughs.
You are a different cat. You're a different cat of fish.
Hi everybody, it's a dramatic pause. Russ and the West Ham Network, hope you're all safe and well. Happy Thursday. Pinch Punch, first of the month. Hope you had your Advent calendar chocolate. 1st December, God, this year has blown away, has run away. It could have blown away as well in the wind. Be a bit windy at the moment. But yeah, definitely it's the 1st December and Christmas is only 24 days away. If you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a bloody good subscribe. The 1st December is not only a sort of pinch and punch first of the month type thing, and obviously the first door in the calendar, but it is the first day back for David Moyes and his non-Hammers internationals. They've basically had he's given them a couple of weeks off because they've done so well this year. So he's given a couple of weeks off, and the 1st December was when everyone reports back. So Moyes and the non-Hammers or the non-international Hammers, yeah, whatever it is, will get down to work over the next couple of days from the 1st December. He's back from his break. Moyes, he's been in Florida. I'm off in a couple of weeks. Whilst the others return from theirs following the break, the manager promised after their last game defeat against Leicester City. They'll all be back at Rush Green from today onwards for the weekend. People have been there back already. Kurt Zouma was there, wasn't doing some training, and then determining he needed a knee operation. And then the return of those involved, of course, depends in terms of the World Cup, depends on how long they remain in the competition. Should, for example, England go all the way, a decision would need to be made on Declan Rice, who has basically been in non-stop action for the last few years, it seems. Not many weeks of holidays he had, to be honest. But as and when players come back and get knocked out, they'll be back in. They'll come back and start the the mid-season training, the mid-season preparations. I don't really know what we call it. Plans are still in place for 2 friendlies where fans can go. There may well be, I imagine, maybe some behind the doors potential friendlies as well. That hasn't been confirmed, but obviously we travel to Cambridge next week. Cambridge United. There was fears that game may be called off because of their involvement in the FA Cup, but they got knocked out by Grimsby on the weekend, so that's those fears have been put to bed. And then obviously the following week we travel to fellow Premier League London opponents in Fulham the weekend afterwards, and then obviously the weekend after that we travel to Arsenal for the Boxing Day game, and then at home to Brentford on the 3rd. I can't remember. I'm not there for that one. So it's all back to school, and I'm sure there'll be loads of pictures, by the club, everyone back, and they're 2 weeks off, and hopefully they'll be coming, and we'll have a change in form. Hopefully, let's hope. But back to school as of today. Someone who's gonna be hopefully coming into the West Ham ranks, in terms of Rush Green very, very soon, and more likely Chadwell Heath, to be honest, is former Arsenal youngster Jack Swales, as reported by ex-WHU employee. He's currently having a trial with the academy, with the highly rated player surprisingly being released by the Gunners. Swales, who signed for Arsenal's academy back in 2020, is looking to gain a place in our academy under our new manager, obviously Kenny Brown Jr., having been released by Arsenal despite being regarded as a player with a bright future within the game. Obviously, Callum Marshall has just signed his first professional contract with West Ham, having just turned 18. So maybe there could be some joy for young Jack. Also, someone who we could see coming into the ranks could be Djed Spence. Now, hear me out. So Spurs are now apparently open to letting the £20 million star leave Tottenham this January. We know that basically us and Spurs, bitter rivals. We were linked with multiple mutual interest on a number of players in the summer. We were linked with Basuma before the North Londoners signed him. They also beat us to the signing of Djed Spence, and we never solved that issue in terms of right back. We ended up moving for Tilo Kehrer. I think part of it was right back cover, but also part of it was centre back cover as well. We had a bit of an issue with centre back because obviously now Vergeerd got injured in that opening 20 minutes against Rangers in the pre-season. And Tilo has mixed results right back, I think, to be honest. He hasn't played well the last couple of games at all. He hasn't been playing well for Germany either, really. Tottenham, meanwhile, also went out, as well as getting Djed Spence, they went out and got Destiny Udegaard, the young Italian fullback. Again, we were linked with him as well, just to maybe rub salt in the wounds. He was allowed to stay back at Udinese for this season, but looks very much to be in Spurs' future in that position, in that right back position, particularly obviously with the Italian Antonio Conte. At the helm at White Hart Lane. And that can't be said with Dej. The 22-year-old lit up the Championship with Nottingham Forest last year and was courted by lots of clubs, including West Ham, and opted to join Spurs. But Conte has openly admitted it was not his decision to sign the right-back, and it showed. He's only played 1 minute for Tottenham in the Premier League this season, and now apparently Spurs are open to letting him leave. Potentially, more realistically, on loan. And to be honest, David Moyes needs him, in my opinion. West Ham still haven't solved the right back position. It's an area which we need, I think, to concentrate on in the January transfer window. And for me, I think Dej could be a really good. If we get him on loan, be amazing. I think because obviously money's going to be a bit tighter than our sort of 180 million summer signings pot we had. So a loan signing for Dej could be a really, really good signing, I think, for us. Last month, the Times claimed Spurs are open to letting him leave on loan in January, and because of our league position, I wouldn't say Spurs would consider us a rival this season. Spurs are up there, we're sort of down there, and we're in desperate need for a right back. So perhaps the stars could align, and maybe Mr. Levy and West Ham could do a deal on loan. Who knows? But it's been speculated. Obviously, we've had an interest in Dej when in the summer as well. So who knows? So that's your morning headlines today, rather than the lunchtime headlines. Just a few stories. There'll be some more stories in the afternoon with Hammer's headlines. Keep an eye out for the channel for that. I hope Moyes and everyone has got their apples shined and their pencils all sharpened, ready for back to school. We'll be back, as I said, later on, so keep an eye out for the Hammers headlines. And then tomorrow we should have a live show where you can have your say. Have your say Friday. So please join me for that and have your say on whatever you want. Could be about the World Cup. Could be about Moyes. Could be about who you want to sign in January, who you want to leave in January. Maybe we'll do something around that. Maybe we'll do something like that. Maybe, not shag, marry, avoid. We'll do our keep, sell, loan. We'll probably do that tomorrow. Just popped in my head. So take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay warm, stay healthy, stay humble, stay positive. As always, I'd like to thank all of our channel members, all of our channel partners, all of our sponsors. And at the end of each of our shows, I'd like to thank all of our members. So take care, stay safe. Ciao, ciao for now, my friends.
It's like a family tree, part of you